I should change the stuffies eventually. It's got to be a bit of a party. Doop-a-doop. Yeah. That's better.
Well, game autosave was there. Basically the same, but they moved a bit. No. Short of money, equip plastic bag, collect bottles, and sell them. Oh no. Okay, so we talked to him last time. There's a new dude to the south. And then there's this guy who we're supposed to talk to. And then there's a door, which means clearly the answer is go to door first. Room of spices, alcohol, and some
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe.
Damn.
It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older.
Try to push the door.
The door does not budge.
I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
It's part of Whirling in Rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know more.
Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
Do you not know me? Eccentric is my middle name.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
It's a mega investigation. I'm calling it Behind the Blue Door.
It's hardly worth a title. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Fair. Talk to him. This guy first.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goranci Kubek. Please, it's not funny.
No. Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
What is in that borscht you're making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Yeah?
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury rising.
Borscht need more vodka?
He picks up a bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder
Electrochemistry
keg.
says ask for some. Logic says don't ask for some. Yes. Turn the vodka up.
He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew.
Yay, I figured out some of it. That's an impressive vodka.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Do you know what's behind the blue door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself.
I love how we're still calling him that when that's clearly not his name.
Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Leo said you're friends with Manana, is that true?
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay cool. I don't think I want any other brew. That sounds like a terrible idea. What's this? Knows that I definitely mean that. With my, lovely and amazing stats.
Can I help you?
Nope. Apparently not. I keep thinking I can move the camera, and then remembering, oh wait, I can't move the camera. Nothing else to really interact with, so I'll just talk to the person that is here to talk to. That's an interesting way. I have to go all the way around. Oh, there's another person to talk to as well. Interesting. It's all about money, you know. That's it. Okay, never mind. Bottle of rum is knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. Man is sleeping by the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Inspect the piece of plastic in his carabiner.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
Pick up the pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait.
Lovely.
Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Yeah, yes, I figured that out the hard way by sitting in a goddamn chair. Ooh, do I want to try a physical instrument, given the circumstances of me? Yeah, let's try it.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Yeah,
this man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
This sounds like a terrible idea. Let's do it.
You fumble with the spring-loaded gate of the carabiner, but to no avail. The dangling items refuse to come loose. They just jingle in an ever louder manner.
Stop finger-fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there.
What? I was just checking if he's feeling okay.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Just don't finger-bang his stuff, okay?
To be honest, he's correct. Police officers generally don't go around appropriating possessions from people.
What kind of police officers do you talk to?
It was
that
just
is
an
absolutely
idea.
normal.
Come on, relax, everyone. It didn't turn out well. Doesn't mean it was a bad idea, or that you shouldn't.
Y'all don't know any cops if you think that they don't just steal stuff. That is absolutely what they do. Explore secret passages. Find out who's in the Union box. Yeah, let's go over our checks of what we need to actually get done right now. What adventures are up right now? Find out who's in the Union box. They're in the mess hall. They're not there today, but they'll probably show up tomorrow. There is a dilemma. Can answer lingering questions about the case in the RCM. Join him about after 2 or 10 o'clock. Inspect the body. We need to get some ammonia from the gardener or the store. I need to pay for damages. Yeah, not doing great. You need to find a piece of plastic. I need to find my badge. Need to figure out who made the call. Keep searching. This might take time. I need to get a hold of a sad song to sing karaoke. I need to open an apartment door for Everart. The door is behind the greenhouse in the yard, a basement door. I need to get a reality lowdown, and I need to explore the secret passages of the whirling. I love how I've tracked down my gun, but I don't have my gun, therefore I don't think that counts. And then if I recall correctly, I also have a level up I haven't used yet. And I can't use it on any of the stats because that'd be too easy. You can only use it on a skill. What do I think I need more? I feel like statistically, endurance will come in handy the most. Because while a +1 to any of these could be useful, having a +1 to not dying could come in handy in a lot of circumstances. Pain threshold, ignore damage, so you can turns on itself in a seriously unhealthy way. With self-destructive behavior, with low, you'll suffer too easily. Yeah, that is true. Physical instrument, your ability to use your muscles. Yeah, molecular chemistry is basically drugs and sex and other to be effective at high level, unrestrained pleasure, unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic pending. Jesus Christ. These descriptions. Fight or flight. Surprise haters. Which I'm guessing means people who hate surprises, not people who are surprising haters. I think the other strat, though, is hold the skill until there's a check I really want to make, and if I fail it, I can increase the skill to get it again. Most of the knowledge skills I'm fine on, and the psych skills I'm also decent at. Oh, this is morale, okay. So it's low at the moment. I didn't realize that morale was psyche, but it's the charismatic. That makes sense, so morale is your charisma, which is currently low because I'm low on charisma. So, map. I'm here at the waterfront. There's also the church and the shacks. I want to figure out where the heck Kuno, the Hanged Man, the Cargo Door, Tommy Ohm, and Sleeping Dock Walker. What does the gardener know about ammonia? And I should find the store.
Hello again, officer.
Partner told me you may have some ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure. I'm done with it.
Oh, cool.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Much appreciated. That was surprisingly simple. I can now have ammonia. Can I put that in my other hand? No. Okay, so it's a consumable as opposed to... It's not a tool, duh. Yeah, I got ammonia. Closed for winter, please use main entrance. Right. Oh hey, it's the statue from the loading screen. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. I could go do what I'm supposed to, but I'm going to wander a bit over here and see if I can't find that store. Because if I can catch the check, that might help. Jump Jams, a popular magazine. Welcome to Revachol. Plus magazine. Most able-bodied men is issue boasts a top 10 list.
Welcome to Revachol.
Announces the rotund man. Marcus addressed to you is just to the lieutenant. Hey, I know that place. That's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
What's happening? You sound angry, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining Revachol self-determination.
Come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave.
Oof.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually
Ouch.
my job to make sure
I sympathize
you
with
behave.
your desire to
I would
not
advise
have
you
people
to
be
remember
racist
that.
against you. The solution is not to become a cop. Just say it.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking hey, Kim, I've got your back.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The Lorryman speaks.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
What are you howling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Wait. How long has this been going on then?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Sounds like a cover story. Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had, oh, not much anymore. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of...
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges.
He loses his patience for explaining.
Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular, Koiko picked apples.
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think.
They grow apples in Grad?
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, Yekokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological
Yay.
Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Yekokata is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there.
Yeah? Says who?
It's literally in the name. Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
Then, I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those Koikos. They're everywhere, except their own homes.
What does that actually mean?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk. Those degenerates from Grad.
Okay, so it's an ethnic slur.
Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
So can I see the apples?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them, huh?
He looks at you with a strange glint in his
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
You said something about the rights and privileges of lorrymen.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
What's a carter?
Someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep into history our thing reaches. Before machines.
And that's a privilege.
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
So it's a kind of union.
Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profits, but you can't replace experience. Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no laughing matter.
What was that argument out about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Oh, so you're just being a racist. Makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Oh, yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
What is the problem with that?
The problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes.
I'm so grateful you're allowed to
And
push
the
back,
other
unlike
intruded
the last
species
conversation where you
too.
really weren't.
They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
What's this cultural victory?
It's what the Kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons? It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races.
Yeah.
Who knows what might happen?
I'm not
if
down
people
with this.
don't
Just
say,
go fuck
don't
yourself.
push your luck, runt. Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck up?
Yes? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found. During that time, the victim, a security guard or worker of some sort, hired by... They didn't identify. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job. Good.
That's all. I'll talk about him later. Let's go check the trash can. Okay, we said fuck you to him. That's great. More drugs. Drugs very helpful. The fruit. 3 S's. How idiomatic. Or 3 T's. Oops. Oh yeah, it does. I just saw 2. It definitely has 3. Didn't even notice that. Yellow roses. Dozens of them. Tulips too. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about
Cannot be
making over a
retried.
display.
Challenging. Yeah, I'm not there. What's that? Princess Raincoat.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected
not
will
surprised.
now be more difficult.
I could use the endurance.
Here you go.
Yay, equipment. Because my let's see here, clothes. I currently have that. This would be my jacket. My current jacket is Spirited Shivers. This is endurance. So this would be helpful for getting health. Whereas this is helpful for looking. Having this as an option might be a good thing. And it wasn't expensive comparatively.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign said,
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you need a bag, I guess. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
Okay. Items. I have the pen, handkerchief, postcard, photo of happy couple, another postcard, empty cassette case, ammonia, and the giant novelty check. Only thing that really might be worth selling is the pin. So let's talk to her and ask about the pin.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What is this?
I don't know. Frit?
Well, it's written with
I
3 T's.
think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chews on her gum with disgust.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken.
Isn't that always
So
the
when
way, though?
Fritta Retail Inc.
Always
grew into a
trademark.
multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
What are you reading?
You mean this?
Cover boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this, very futuristic.
She pops, her raspberry flavored, her shoulders tense. She shuffles back, only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with...
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
I need to exchange this novelty check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
She rolls up the novelty check, looks like she's seen it before, and slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can...
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by supplying you with
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there,
Did you know the
but
man who died?
not really.
Did you know him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
Damn. How long has it been
I
there?
don't know, really long.
Thanks for your help.
Uh-huh.
Brushes a strand of hair off her face and tries to return the magazine. I'm not going to ask her about reality. She's clearly not the kind of person who will answer that question. Thus, it is clearly not going to help my purposes in time. Okay, let's go investigate the body. Oh, wait, hang on. Before I do that, what the heck is that?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay,
Their
use this to buy
logo is
medication.
the bloodless rose, pure white.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do
Plus
have
1 health,
Nosafed,
plus 3
Duramine,
health,
magnesium,
plus
and
1 morale,
Hypnocal.
plus 3 morale. I'm going to take one of these just
Okay,
in case.
here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history. As far as almost anyone knows,
Do you have any
at
ammonia?
least.
Yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
Leaves it here in the end. That's fair. But I have some, so it's fine. Glad I checked that. That is good to know. Oh, hey, what's this?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer.
This is not a good place of recovery.
Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Physique morale, but it's vodka. Physique morale, intellect health. Oh, jeez. Yeah, let's not. Let's just not. That sounds like a terrible idea. I know what they let us in, so that's all over there. Okay. Can I get to that door? I'm curious. No, no. Oh, I can just go this way. Ah, wrong. I know where I am now. I love how I'm just doing everything except what I'm supposed
A
to.
lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of little stickers in the sticker?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are
Red
glued
flag.
to various panels.
There we go. We got an orange flag, a yellow flag, and a massive red flag. Anyone who talks to you about purity, just run far away. What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from East.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Think he belongs to the tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Gross. Oh, it's raining now. Okay, that's fun.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous
That
ropes
looks
and rods.
incredibly sketchy. Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane.
What did he do?
What did he do? You have no idea what he... High above you, the king stands triumphant.
That is 100% the kind of thing that I would try to recheck. I might actually put points in the movie to check that. Oh, hey, money. Oh, hey, person. Maybe you the station.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask you some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words,
Right
nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like...
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Alright. You're probably right. I didn't just see what... Ooh, is there money here? Please be clean. Or bad, guys. White physical tank top. Physical instrument. I'm assuming this is... Yep, shirt. Because my current shirt is conceptualization, but minus suggestion. This is just physical instrument. That might be more useful. Freaking a sweat. Best choice you're not afraid to show off your masculine body of that hairy chest. Oh god, that looks terrible. That looks so bad. Not that we look great at anything, but that looks especially bad. But at least I don't have a -1 suggestion. At the cost of conceptualization. But I have pretty good conceptualization, whereas having a little more suggestion might be helpful. And just having more options is nice. Ruins full of I have to go all the way along. No, I don't. Good, good. Yay, as the fast route. I knew there was a fast way out of here. Alright, let's go examine the corpse. Again. Hey, Kuno. Gonna ruin your fun.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go for them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes.
This is why I took this skill.
Number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46.
Which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step number 41.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
A heavy one, 200 kilograms.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
Ooh,
Let's say a heavily built worker
observation.
carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Man, one of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between 2 men.
Okay.
200?
He might be right.
Possibly.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to
Maybe
the
the
gallows.
victim refused to walk to his own
You have a
ledge.
point there. Anyway, it's something to consider.
Another one. One's
What
looking-
interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
Any ideas?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
No, that could be a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Interesting. If I could, not thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they
A
are.
week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
So what do we think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang.
Yeah,
This
I
is
finally did
easy.
something useful with my life. I think we have a firm understanding what happened
The
here.
lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
I think we've been through all of it. That was fun. I like that. What changed? Oh, conceptualization, I guess. If I ever need to do a conceptualization check. I need to remember that I have my cop shirt. Oh, wait, no. This is the better cop shirt, so I could just sell this, but it has no money value. So I have my tough shirt, and I have my thinky shirt. Alright, let's do something about this goddamn body.
There he still is,
For kids who want to
looking
hold a person.
right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
It's
Emitting
still
it
very
is
low.
all
Jesus
it does
Christ.
now. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your... The second time, not so
And
much.
we puke again.
When the vomiting is done, your cheeks
Well,
are wet
that's a
with
problem.
tears.
I just realized that was endurance. Ammonia didn't help at
Nor
all.
does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel on solid fortification.
I definitely... Wait, I am wearing... No, I'm not wearing the endurance shirt, never mind.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Why can't I keep it in if I've been a captain?
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be fine.
I think I've lost my sense of smell.
Oof.
A white lie.
Uh-huh.
Not being hungover helps too.
Touche. Do with that, man.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
Withdraws endlessly with
You need
the
to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it with special bonuses.
Give it
So
half
we're
an
supposed to do
hour.
this way earlier.
Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
So note to self, remember to put on the endurance shirt next time. Equip and complete volumetric shit compressor thought. Okay, this takes half an hour. That's way better than this one. Your shit is a part, and it's rather hard becoming a copy of a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compress to a small area. To achieve a sound level of shit compression, squeeze your budget clear for half an hour. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that will help. Maybe don't do this by the corpse. Too late. Is there any way to speed this up? Because this is going to take half an hour. Or, hang on. Okay. Oh, can I do this? Oh, hang on. So... Could I have been doing this the whole time? Did I misunderstand how this works? Waiting for the time to tick ahead. Talk to person. That might help. Because I could have been doing the other one this whole day.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose off from the cold. Hello. Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Nice.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
Interesting, thanks.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Okay, if I asking questions.
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about
What
books.
is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Crap. I double booked myself. Again. I'm kind of impressed that I did that. agreed to help a friend do a thing, so I may have to actually put this on pause for now. Like, I'll finish the conversation, but other than that, yeah. It was nuts. Yeah. There's one down Jones from college.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Sitting out here in the cold
I'm
dust.
signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
The trooper you are. I should have worn
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
Mood. And another ping. Oh god, it's that time of day.
I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
The secret is locked.
Seems like
Always
most
locked.
people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Sounds famous or vampire.
Okay, sir.
As their family ever comes now. What's this? Crime business.
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime. Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by
You
the way.
don't look much like a policeman.
What does a cop look like?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover and you see a stripping Vespertine officer trying to criminally body of a dead woman. Oh, look at the guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen.
Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real.
Shot by a fake man, that's harsh.
Cheer up, sir. It's much easier being a fictional character. He doesn't have to deal with real things. Maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. Like in the books.
Composure. Can I change equipment quickly? You cannot change equipment. I can do this way now. Conceptualization is not the same as composure.
Hello again, sir.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
You can show them to me.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest.
That's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
No, I did something about. Let's see. I can figure out why.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Yeah, because of your mother and the pressure you put on.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
I hope this was entertaining.
It was okay, sir.
She's so rebellious.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
Okay, then, do better. Just say something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Wait, how do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
Also sad in my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
She looks at you in the eye, a gleam of sympathy on her face.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by
God,
the early
we've
spring
been
breeze.
the worst,
She smiles at you. The whole situation.
We are the worst.
There's something you're missing.
Does this feel familiar? I need to change equipment again. Oopsies, no. I need to take off this shirt that does minus suggestions so I can at least feel okay. Okay, that's okay. Good to know. Change shirts
Hi,
quickly
Ace
before I talk to
Detective.
this girl.
Are you here for more books?
What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smells at the thought, perhaps about or something. That
Or
situation.
there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about when it doesn't work
I
out?
haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
What about when both of them are
These
bad?
are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
Yeah. What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
That's enough romance.
Maybe some about other books?
I'm not gonna ask it. Let's try this.
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard. Again.
Okay. Did I increase my suggestion? I don't think I did. If there's anything that could be useful to do, it could be suggestion. Or one of the other psych skills. Those are all that, like, those could be useful. I'll keep it in mind. I'm gonna read these quickly, and then I unfortunately have to get going because I rose a pistol half-naked day when it's cut up. There stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames, titled Man from Hamdallan. On fire. About pate. You don't really see what it does, notice the important. I just realized, okay, so yes, this just happens in the background. Good grief, I wish I'd realized that. I saw 6 hours and assumed that. Book about culture promotes freedom and roaming upstream. I don't trust that. Future, government reads your mind, your very technology. Oh, that's a good book. Great, realistic. Yeah, unfortunately, I need to go because I completely forgot that I booked an appointment with a friend today. That is in 2 minutes. So, unfortunately, this is actually already where we end today. Because after this, after the appointment's over, I need to go do homework. I'm a professional, you see. Totally a professional. It's fine. But I can totally go raid that person that is live quickly, at least to give them a little bit of time. An hour is not the worst stream. It just feels weird because I usually do a little longer than an hour. Next week I will definitely do more time. So let me go do... I'll do that person. Haven't read it in a while. Great nap. Thank you everybody for joining. It is, as we say, always a pleasure. And I will see you all in the time. Later.